SuperTalk Mississippi Media production.
You guys know that I'm from Vicksburg originally, but at this point in my life, Starkville is definitely my hometown. And so I love when we do great things. I love when we do unique things. That's why I love Alden Thornhill, because he is a man who brings unique things and great things to the city of Starkville. And we're going to talk about one of them that's happening just, I gotta give him 50 days? I don't know. I can't do the math on this, Alden. But the Boardtown Grand Prix, you're like a movie director at this point. You're like Michael Bay. You're like, all right, what if we did this? Yeah. and you know, but that's kind of how these things have started for you. You're like, what if we did this? And then you do them, and well, by the way, it was a huge success. So what was the thought process behind the Grand Prix?
Yeah, well, first off, I appreciate all the compliments, Brian.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have.
Well, I don't give any to Robbie, so I got to give them to somebody.
Well, I got to give compliments to my team because I always have a great team with both these events. We have two great teams that have set us up for success. But this idea is, Access is a great program on campus. It touches. It helps out a lot of people, but I feel like there's a lot of people who just don't know about it. Mm-hmm. And I felt like we could create an event that could really spotlight them, help them get some more fundraising, because it's not a cheap program to send a kid to. So if you don't know about Access, they bring in students that are 18 and up. They give them a full college experience. They have students with special needs, so they'll go all the way through. They get to do like a job shadowing part-time in Starkville, learn independent living, have a true college experience, and that's for a lot of these families. It's just very, very impactful. So it's a great program that they do. I actually had a buddy whose little brother was in it, Spencer Kirkpatrick. If you remember him, won Homecoming King. But that was my first finding out about Access, and I was like, wow, this is a great thing that we have at Mississippi State that we really need to spotlight even more so. So, it came from that, and I thought, kind of like the Wean Dog race, what don't we have here in Starkville? And I thought about Red Bull Soapbox. I said, that would get the fraternities involved. We have a great engineering, we have great engineers, engineering grads, students, everybody, and they love to build stuff. So I said, let's see if we can get them to build some vehicles, go downhill. It took off from there, pun intended.
It's a good pun. It's a good pun. So we're going to have a Starkville Soapbox Derby,
yes,
basically. Where are we racing?
So if you are on University Drive and you get to Bulldog Burger and the Vista, there's that right turn that takes you down to College View.
Yeah. Ackerson
Way. So it's steep. The city, I actually originally said, let's try downtown. They were like, no, it's not steep enough. The cars won't go very fast.
Yeah,
so
I agree with that.
This is where we were like, well, let's check this out. And sure enough, it's almost like it's set up perfectly for this.
If we wanted to do total wipeout potential, we could have done the hill behind Hilbin Hall.
Yes. Oh man, I know. I don't think University would let
the liability on that one though would be tough. All right. So registration, the final day is coming up, is it not?
Yes. So this Sunday, which is October the.
This Sunday is the 5th.
The 5th. Okay.
No, this is the 6th. This is the 6th.
October 6th. We'll close off sign-ups. So if you go to our Instagram, Facebook, whatever, you can go to there's an event. There's a link to Google. It's a Google form. Fill out your team information. Who's going to be on your team? We will be coming to you later on. We're waiting to get the fund set up for Access so we can go ahead and donate the money directly to them. Each team is going to be about $100 per team. That money's going directly to Access. We also have some great sponsorship opportunities. We have some amazing shirts done by Be Unlimited again. It's a bunch of dogs racing in like wacky racer cars. So, give you a little nostalgia there. No Muttley, but there's a bunch of dogs on there.
Hold on. I can do it. Hold on.
Yeah, here we go. That's a good one.
Yeah, I can do it.
But so that'll be on there, and the T-shirts sales, $3 off each sale goes to Access. So another good thing, just like we do with the Starkville Derby shirts. Sponsorships, we got a lot of those. They're great for you. Finish line, starting line, crash cam. So I'm expecting, the collision repair places here in Starkville. If you want a really good opportunity, you say we can fix anything, but I don't know if we can fix these guys. But,
yeah.
But that'll be one. So we're expecting to have kind of a multicam setup, just like we do with the Derby. and having all that go downhill. And if you go to our social media, you can see more of these sponsorship opportunities. But there's a T-shirt sponsor. If you want your logo, all these above that go to. You get a social media post, you get your logo on T-shirt. But like we got banners that'll go on the hay bales down the track, so you get visibility with the live stream and all that. The national anthem, best in show winners, all of that. So plenty of opportunities. It's a good Friday night right before a football game. Perfect opportunity for people to come out, especially when it's for good cause. So plenty of visibility for your business attaching to that.
Have you? How many sign-ups? How many teams have signed up already?
So we're currently at 8, I believe.
Okay.
So we're at 8 as of yesterday. So we want to, more the merrier.
Yeah.
Love it. I mean,
Is there a limit? I mean, or is it just because the road's only so wide?
Oh, well, it's only one. So it's one car.
One car at a time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So if you look up like,
I thought we were going to get out there and a little rubbing is racing.
I know a lot of people say they're like, so how's that going to work? And I was like, oh no. So if you go to the watch Red Bull soapbox, it's one car at a time.
Okay.
Just for safety purposes. So they got to wear a helmet. Drivers got to be over 18. They got to be sober.
Yeah,
the teams push them down the hill. Don't have to be, but driver, we don't want to get you a SUI, soapbox under the influence. So that's one of the only rules. But you gotta have a theme. So like you can't just say, okay, I'm gonna do a little go kart. You gotta have some kind of theme. So like we've got Music Maker on campus is doing a jukebox. Bank of Commerce is doing like a cash, like a money truck, and they're gonna shoot out like fake money. Then like a Pi Cap fraternity, they're doing Dukes of Hazzard, and AGR, I can't remember what they're doing, but they've got one. And then BYX supposed to let me know. They have 2 teams. They're going to let us know. But we just, the more the merrier. Let your creativity flow with this thing. Hopefully, another great event. We already have the Derby for spring. Let's do this for the fall. So,
yeah.
Yep.
If I had thought about it a little bit more, I wouldn't want to race, but I would have loved to have seen a Thunder and Lightning car. I should have made that next year. Yeah. Next year.
Hey, it's not too late. You just
I gotta get somebody to do a lot of work though.
I tell people are like, well, how do I get the the frame and stuff? I said, look, it's got to have 4 wheels, 4 or 3 wheels. It's got to have a working brake and steering wheel. Just go to Facebook Marketplace, get you a go-kart, go-kart.
And go from there.
But, a Brian and Robbie face on the front hood.
That's incredible.
Design winner automatically. I mean, bar none. We'll go ahead and give that one the crown.
Thundermobile.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
You have become sort of, what's the word I'm looking for here? A fixture in this town, we'll say, because of your involvement in the community and the things you've come up with. And you got a little recognition of that fact recently. And it's always great to beat Ole Miss and Oxford and anything, and you have played a role in that this year. So tell us about the award that you've won.
Yeah, so we've won Best Large Festival from the Mississippi Tourism Association. Found that out the other day through Paige Hunt, our tourism director for Starkville. Awesome. She dominated us for
great
it.
Lady.
Yes, and we can't thank her enough for doing that. We truly appreciate it. Double Decker had won that award, Brian, I think like 7 straight years. So that's a little dog came up, bit him on the ankle, made him drop the trophy, and ran off with it. So I tell people. But it's just a testament to Starkville, to the MSU students and fans, you and Robbie, all our media that help us out. To make this thing go from, oh my gosh, I had somebody tell me you ought to do this in the walk-ons parking lot. Now it's what it is.
Yeah.
So it's, we couldn't do it without our community. And
what was the number of attendees last year?
60,000. So 60,000 throughout the whole
You're going to
event.
you will not have a Mississippi State home game this year with more people than the Starkville Derby. I hate to say that, but it is a true statement.
Yeah, but it's just a testament to, to the area, all the people, and then we had people from Maine and Vermont and all over the place. We got people messaging me already. They're booking hotel rooms. They're from the San Antonio Low Riders. It's a San Antonio Dachshund Club. They're coming up. They've got a dog who's been winning like 7 races in Texas the past month. They've been training up for the Derby. So they said, these crowds aren't the same, but they said it gets them progressively ready for the big event. And we can't wait for May 3rd. It's gonna be it's Kentucky baseball weekend. Hopefully baseball is back clicking, and it's just another great Starkville tradition that we have now, and we couldn't do it without all our Starkville folks, all our students, all the MSU fans and alumni. So we can't wait for next year.
So we've got spring and we've got fall. What are we gonna do for summer and winter? You got any ideas?
Man, stay warm, stay cool. Keep my wife sane. I'll
Yeah, that sounds like that's easier said than done with wives, as you know. One last thing, I guess, obviously you talk about the community and you talk about, how people have embraced it, but does the city done a good job with you as well?
Yes. I can't thank City enough. They've spotlighted the events. They've, nominated us for these awards. They've been great to work with. They're, we're very lucky to have the leadership we have in Starkville now as compared to in the past. Like when you were in school, it was a whole different kind of story. Yeah. So we're very lucky to have, the mayor and all of them. They're very, very supportive of this stuff because they realize, these events end up getting big on social media. It spotlights Starkville. I mean, you get somebody seeing this weenie dog race that's got over 6 million social media impressions, and you got somebody hitting it and being like, "Oh my God, I didn't know like the cotton, like that architecture's in Starkville. I didn't know this kind of stuff is there." So it's they're very supportive, and they just tell me, make sure I hit up all the meetings I need to. So I can't thank them enough for being supportive of this because without them we wouldn't have the event. So
every town needs an Alden Thornhill, a guy who buys into them and buys into the city and promotes things like this. So we're lucky to have you, buddy. Appreciate you coming on with us. You're the end of the bye-week blitz. We had Jans, we had Purcell, we had Armstrong, and now we have Thornhill.
There we go.
That's the Mount Rushmore of Starkville now.
Yes, and let's sell out the first two the first men's game, the first women's game. Let's go ahead and set the tempo. Is that
an official
strong.
Pack the Hump announcement?
Pack the Hump, man. I can't wait. Growing up in the early 2000s, I love some Mississippi State basketball.
Yeah.
Let's get this thing rolling. We got two great staff, so
we'll see what happens. Alden Thornhill, the Boardtown Grand Prix, November 22nd.
Yes.
In the Cotton District, if you got what it takes, put a car in the Grand Prix. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, Brian.
A SuperTalk Mississippi Media production.